Welcome to Vespasian, episode 18, the end of the siege of Jerusalem. Finally.
And
Ray.
many Jews' lives. But yes, the siege is coming to an end.
In our last episode, Carl set fire to the temple of Jerusalem.
Because he was ordered to? Sorry. I can do this.
All in all, Josephus estimates that 10,000 Jews, rebel fighters, priests, civilians, died in the temple that night, either killed by the sword or by flame. But we know Josephus is bad at math. He's always just making numbers up, pulling them out of his ass.
He likes to add on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the following, but there was a lot of people, no doubt. A lot of people died.
Yeah.
The following day, Titus returned to the Temple Mount. The standards of the legions were raised at the temple's eastern gate. Sacrifices to the Roman gods were made to celebrate their victory. And then the legionaries started chanting, "Hail Imperator."
Uh-oh. Quite the honor.
Also very strange at this juncture.
Yeah.
Explain why this is odd, Ray.
Well, we know this has been around for a long time, and we know it's rarely done. You have to literally be the commander of an army, and you have to be victorious and do something amazing. As we all know, Pompey the Great was hailed. Caesar was hailed imperator. Marcus Brutus, the man who helped kill Caesar, was also hailed imperator, and that was after he was in Macedonia and he achieved some early successes against the opponents that were loyal to Anthony and the Caesarians. But the point is, at this point in Roman history, it's normally saved for the emperor. It's only the emperor can be hailed this title or this acclamation. But it is this is done for him. But you have to think that, one, they've got to be satisfied. They've got to be impressed. They've been slogging it out for months. And two, he is the son of the emperor. So even though it's a faux pas, I think they're going to be okay and get away with it. It never hurts to kiss ass. And that's how I got this job. Different story. But again, it's a very rare thing. And it is a little bit of a political faux pas for them to be doing this.
Yeah, imperator, for new people who haven't been listening to us for 13 years, just means commander, really. It's the basis of the word emperor, imperial. And it has been used in recent times. Like every time there was a new general during the year of the four emperors, when somebody wanted Otho or whoever to be the new emperor, his troops would declare him imperator.
Right.
But for the son of the emperor to be declared imperator is strange at this juncture. I don't think they're suggesting that he should kill his father.
Right.
But
they're celebrating.
Yeah. They got a little bit, they went a little bit crazy. Got a little bit crazy, a bit like Carl. They went a little bit crazy.
Right. Well, blood and gold will do that to you. I think you'll find. But yeah, no, they're just in the moment. Like you said, like Carl was, burning little children's toys. But anyway, so this is a great moment in Titus's life in the overall ascendancy of Vespasian. So again, it's a pretty big deal.
Now, there were still Jewish priests and their servants who had survived. Some of them had climbed to the top of the temple during the chaos of the fire the previous day. They remained up there. It hadn't completely burnt down. They're without food or water. Roman guards are posted below the wall to prevent their escape. And after 5 days of being up on a roof, too weak to move, they came down and begged Titus for their lives.
Yeah. And of course, hey, look, well, I mean, you take your chance. You can either stay up there and starve to death, but they come down, they beg for mercy. We are priests, and we promise to be good from now on. However, Titus said, look, I lost count of the number of times I asked y'all to surrender. You didn't, you defied me. And so don't worry, your troubles of hunger are about to be over. because he had them all killed. And again, it doesn't matter that the priest, they defied him. He got tired of trying to not fight. And so they paid the ultimate price. And just to let everybody know real quick, even though the temple has been gutted by flames, the rebels obviously are still there. They're still in the city, and they ran and they went to the upper city to join Simon's men. So we'll get to them in a second, but just know that even though a lot of tens of thousands of women and children got the hell out of there, a lot of the rebels are still alive and they've joined together. And that's the next thing that that Titus will have to deal with. But as far as these priests, they've caused, someone rid me of these interminable priests. They are no longer among the living.
Meanwhile, the Stalin and Trotsky of the Jewish rebellion, Simon and John, I call them Stalin and Trotsky because they both hated the Romans, but they hated each other even more, I think. They send emissaries to Titus,
thank God,
seeking a parley. And Titus agrees to the talks. Like he's, he doesn't want to have to kill. He would rather get this over with. Let's do a deal.
Yeah, or I'm going to send for Carl. Don't make me do that.
And there was a bridge that connected up the city, connects the upper part of the city down to the temple's western wall. Apparently it's still there today, this bridge. Titus stood at one end of it. Stalin and Trotsky stood at the other end of it.
Very theatrical.
Bit like a drug deal.
Yeah.
You got the money. Oh, I got the money. You got the
drugs. I got the money.
I got the drugs. So where's the
money?
Well,
let me see your money.
I don't have it here with me.
That would be crazy.
It's close by. I got the money. You got I don't have the drugs with me either. No.
Then we're just going to stare at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both are there with troops behind them. They send interpreters in the middle to deliver messages to each other.
Yeah.
Titus, of course, talks about the might of Rome and the numerous offers he had previously made to allow them to surrender. Now, like Donald Trump, his demand is for unconditional surrender.
Beg for it. Beg me. Say uncle. I don't know how to say that in Latin, but that's basically what he wants.
He says, if you throw down your arms and deliver yourselves up to me, I will spare you. I will spare your families. Unless I don't. Those of you that have committed
some of you are going to die.
Heinous crimes, killed Romans.
You gotta go.
I'm going to have you killed. But everyone else, I will sell into slavery. And anyone, and for those I don't do that, I will just, I'm going to sell you all into slavery or keep you as slaves, basically.
Yeah. I'm a good master. Ask anybody. Ask Carl. I'm a good master. Believe it or not, John and Simon had a counteroffer. They said, look, we hear you. We hear you. However, here's what we think. You let us go with our families. We're going to head into the desert to the south. Jerusalem is yours. But we're just going to piss off and you're not going to hear from us again. Well, one, if I'm Titus is thinking, if I'm the victor, you don't get to offer me terms. I offer you terms. Bitch. And second of all, you're going to give me Jerusalem? Bitch, I already have Jerusalem. I'm not even going to mention the fact that it's a husk. It's a charred husk right now. So you're not really offered me anything. So, no, I don't hear your counteroffer. And now I'm going to get pissy with you. Cause again, shit rolls downhill. I tell you what's going to happen.
What I don't really understand about this is how is the counteroffer that different to the original offer? His original offer is, surrender and I'll let you all go.
I'll let you go. Yeah. Yeah.
They're like,
he's got it.
All right. I hear that. Let me come back to you with a counter offer. How about we surrender and you let us all go?
No, fuck you. Fuck you. I don't know. I think he's in his feels. And he's still pissed at Carl. That's a different conversation.
I think he sent Carl into the negotiation.
Look, don't make me burn this tux. I like to burn. It's just, he should have sent him in.
The only difference between Titus's offer and their offer, I think, is they're like, don't execute any of us and don't sell us into slavery. Yeah. Just let us go freely.
Yeah. You're the loser.
So he sends back his interpreter with a new message, which is, fuck all y'all. You're all going to die.
No more talk. No more words.
Yeah.
There will be no more words. Yeah. Some
From
kick
this
ass and take
moment
names.
on, I shall treat you according to the laws of war. He then ordered his legions to burn everything. Go complete Carl, he said. He put Carl in charge.
Carl, it's all you, baby. It's all you.
Unleash
Here's your
the
matches.
Carl!
Here's your matchbox back. Anyway, so they burn everything in the lower city that they can possibly get their hands on. They burn the council house. They burn the city archives. Then they start burning houses, which, as we covered earlier, are chock full of corpses.
Well, they're going through every building, houses, official
Oh.
buildings, looking
Yeah.
for loot. Unfortunately,
step
they don't
one.
find any loot because the partisans had already looted it. They'd pre-looted.
Son of
the
a
whole
bitch.
place.
Prelude.
Yeah,
They preluded.
they did
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pre-looting. So what they did find is rotting bodies of Jewish civilians who had either been murdered or died from starvation. So they
Jeez.
just start setting fires as they go. They get Carl to come behind them and just set fire to everything.
Right. Oh.
They do round up a group of prominent Jews who they bring before Titus, headed by the sons and brothers of King Azates of Adiaben. There's a
Mhm.
family palace in the city of David that had been torched. The Adiaben royal family had contributed financially to the rebel Jewish cause because, friend of my enemy is my friend. They
Yes.
begged for their lives, and he agreed to let the relatives of Azates live, but had them placed in chains and put under guard. They're going to be part
Yeah,
of
I
his
can't trust you.
triumph when he goes back to Rome.
It's going to
So,
be impressive.
as he's setting fire to the city, partisans are forced to move further and further into the upper city, and they're protected by the old city walls and the fact that it sits
Right.
on a rise. There's something like 8,500 civilians, I think, who had taken refuge in Herod's palace.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a big palace, Ray. I
Yeah,
know you live in
bigger
a
than
big
mine.
house because you live in an old cotton plantation in the south.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
but that's a big
Yeah.
house.
I could probably do 1,000, maybe 1,500, but that's as far as it.
That's a lot
But
of bunk
8,000,
beds.
that's a. It is. Well, we just sleep on top. Anyway, yeah, no, but 8,000, that's a lot. And suddenly all these panicked rebels come in to where these civilians are at.
And
Not good.
they start sort of looting and killing
Their own.
people, trying to take their shit. They also
Yeah.
take 2 legionaries captive, one a foot soldier and the other from one of the mounted squadrons and auxiliary squadrons, I think. The foot soldier had his throat cut by the rebels.
Yeah.
His body gets dragged through the upper city. And as the
Right.
cavalryman was about to be executed, he swore he possessed information of vital importance to the rebel chief, Simon.
The old "I've got something important to tell your boss" routine. Now, I might just be a lonely horseman, but I've I've got access to some pretty important information that Simon's going to want to hear. So you better take me to him right now, or you're going to get in trouble.
So they dragged him in front of Simon, and Simon says, "What do you got?" And he said,
Oh.
Come in. Come in closer.
Come closer.
Come closer.
Come closer.
No,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
for yours, your ears only. Simon's like, "Yeah, what is it?" He said,
Yeah.
"It was Carl." He goes, motherfucker, I already
We
know
know
it was
that.
Carl.
He's bragging. Look, I can
Yeah.
see him on the
Yeah.
rooftops. He's pointing at his penis going, "It was me. It was me."
I'm Carl. I like fire. We know it was Carl. Everyone knows it was Carl. You call
My
it
name is Carl.
going full Carl. Like,
My name is
That's
Carl,
it.
and I approved this fire.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was the big kill this motherfucker. But they're going to do it in front of the Romans.
They blindfolded him, tied his hands behind his back, and took him out to be decapitated in front of the Roman troops. But before his deputy, Simon's deputy, could draw his sword,
Yeah.
the Roman bolted and ran into the arms of his fellow Romans.
Can I just say,
Thinking
doesn't
he would be
Yeah.
safe.
hailed as a hero?
Yeah.
Yay, we got one of ours back. No man left behind. But first of all, let's do this. Isn't that kind of lax security on the part of the Jews? The guy with his hands bound and he's got a blindfold was able to just run away from the crowd back to. I'm just saying
Listen,
they
in all
need to tighten
fairness,
up.
in defense of the Jews, they'd run
Right,
out of
please.
rope because
That's
they'd been
right.
eating the rope. That's
So they said, just pretend your hands are tied
Yeah.
behind your back. Could you do us that favor, please?
Yeah.
don't make me look bad in front of the boss.
They
Just
couldn't
put your
even
hands.
blindfold him. They just said, "Close your
No.
eyes and
Yeah,
pretend
close
you're
your- close your
blindfolded."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just fucking took. But you're right. See, the thing is, this is Rome we are talking about. How many times have we talked about people who sacrifice themselves? Are they over the wall first? Or they kill the enemy first, and they're given a grass crown or whatever? The point is, Rome is all about testosterone. What you don't do is, one, you don't get captured by the enemy, or two, you don't surrender to the enemy. And however it happened, this gentleman who just escaped their clutches either surrendered or was captured. He is not bringing glory to Rome by his return. He has brought shame for being captured in the first place.
Yeah. So Titus is going to have him executed,
Fucking A.
but
Fucking A. Sorry.
he's in a good mood this day. So instead of having the guy executed, he has him stripped of his weapons and equipment and ejected from his legion and from the Roman camp. And he is outcast. He has to go out and survive.
Honestly.
And that man's name was Max. He wandered as an outcast.
Oh, that's
You want to
sad.
get out of here? You talk to me. I want to see the movie of this guy. This is the movie I want to see.
Yeah. His journey,
Yeah.
his odyssey.
He walks
Yeah.
the
Max
land
Odyssey.
like Kane
Yeah.
from Kung Fu, solving mysteries, helping out peasants that are having troubles with the
Right.
local warlord.
Stopping the bullies. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He helps an orphan find his wayward family. I mean, he just does it all. And then, does he make it home? You have to stay tuned to find out.
Yeah, what would we call him? The outcast. He's like Bruce Banner in the 70s version of The Incredible
Right.
Hulk.
Yeah, don't make me angry.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. He solves problems, and then at the end of every episode, he walks off into the sunset, and you just hear da 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 da
Da, 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 da,
da da da
da,
da
na, na, na.
da
Yeah.
da 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 da.
But right before this scene, he goes up to a clothesline, grabs some clothes, and sticks like clips a couple of coins on there. I don't know how he got the
Yeah.
coins, and he
Yeah.
takes their clothes because he's
Yeah.
a good guy.
He's a good
People,
guy.
God damn it,
Yeah.
he's a good guy.
It's not his
Please.
fault his pants rip every
It's-
time he turns into the Jolly Green Giant. The following day, the legions cleared the last rebels from the lower part of the city, burned whatever's remaining, bring in Carl, and then they do find some rebels hiding in the ruins. They kill them, throw their bodies to the wild dogs, set
God
fire
damn.
to everything.
Right? Yeah.
And
Carl.
Titus had warned the rebels that he would use his entire army against them for the final phase of the siege. So he called for earth ramps to be erected against the walls of the upper city. He
Right.
also called in his auxiliaries and his allied troops to help. It's all out. Every hand on deck for the final push.
Right.
Operation
But-
Epic
I know.
Fury.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, so you're right. So he's going to have the Roman legionaries hit the western side of the wall, and the auxiliaries and the allies hit the I think the southeastern corner. So the point is, the Jews will have two areas of of attack to defend against, which obviously will be harder for them considering their weakness for lack of food. So again, this is, like you said, all hands on deck. Titus wants this over with. And yeah, so the men are gearing up. This should be the final phase if everything goes right.
Realizing what was happening, the leaders of the Idumean rebels in Simon's force met in secret and decided to surrender to Titus, even if that meant being sold into slavery. The Idumeans, I mentioned them in the last episode because they killed one of the Ananiases, one of the high priests. They're sort of the cousins of the Judeans, but have sort of a complicated relationship with them. They were the descendants of the Edomites in the Old Testament. They're the offspring of Esau. They lived in Idumea, which was a region south of Judea. Around 125 BCE, the Hasmonean king John Hyrcanus conquered them and forced them to convert to Judaism. By the time of our story, they're considered Jewish, but the old Jews look down on them as like recent converts.
Right.
And don't really trust them. And Herod the Great was of Idumean descent, which is why a lot of Judeans didn't ever trust the Herodian dynasty. When the Great Revolt against Rome broke out in 66, the Idumeans were considered some of the most ferocious fighters in the region. In 68, when Vespasian was still actively involved in the campaign before he became emperor, these zealots were locked in a power struggle with the city's leaders, the high priest, and one of the Ananiases. And they sent a message to the Idumeans saying that the moderates were going to betray the city to Rome, come and save the temple. So the Idumeans marched 20,000 men to the gates. Moderates refused to let them in. So the Idumeans camped outside, and under cover of a storm, the zealots opened the gates and let them in. Once they got in, they basically slaughtered everyone, including the high priests, which was Ananias and Jesus ben Gamala, another Jesus and Anus combo, and famously left their bodies unburied, which was very taboo. Then they realized the zealots had lied to them, that the moderates weren't going to betray the city to the Romans. They just didn't want to go full civil war. So they sort of felt betrayed by the zealots and had taken a back seat. There was a lot of distrust between the Idumeans and the zealots. So at this stage, they decide they're going to surrender to Titus, and 5 of them slip out in the middle of the night to try and get a sit down with Titus. How did that go?
Yeah, let's see here. So, bear with me 1 second. I lost my
sanity.
Here we go.
Libido.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yes. So they're able to get an audience with Titus, and even though they're a large group, they're not the largest group. And again, this is something that's going to benefit Titus if he lets them go. So he goes, you know what? Yeah, you get out of there, and we won't have any problems. That'll be less people I have to fight, so it's all to the good. However, Simon finds out about this, and he gets his men together, and they attack the Idumean group. I'm not sure if the Idumean group leaders are killed or captured, but the point is whoever survived of the Idumeans are now leaderless. But yeah, there was a little internal strife going on once Simon found out about the betrayal that they were about to commit.
I think he immediately executed the emissaries and then attacked the rest of the leadership. Some are caught and killed. Some made it through to the Romans anyway. They got through and were added to the slave pool. Some were identified by earlier defectors as being responsible for murdering Romans, so they were set up for execution.
Yeah.
Then there were 2 other prominent defectors that provided Titus with some rich trophies. The temple priest, another Jesus ben Thebuthus.
Good name. He's from Catalonia. No, what's northern Spain, where they say the TH instead
Catalonia?
Catalonia. There we go. Yeah, that's where he hails from. Sorry, go ahead.
Jesus ben Thebuthus. he received a full pardon
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he showed them where the hidden temple treasures were. So
Nice.
there was this secret room in the
Hmm.
inner sanctum of the temple, and he basically had the secret key to this
Right.
hidden room. I think it was eye recognition and handprint and some of his blood. It's like
Right.
out of some Indiana Jones thing. He had to cut some
Yeah.
blood and it went in and then it sort of
Dripped
went
in there.
around
Yeah.
this big long
It
thing and
it took
jewels
a couple of minutes.
glowed.
Yeah. 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 But it was totally
So
worth it. It was totally.
just wait. Just
Yeah.
look, it's
Just wait. Look,
and they're like,
just hold your horses.
why did you
Look.
go to the effort
Look.
of building this complicated opening sequence? What is the purpose of
Right.
all of this blood spiraling around these little and glowing jewels? Surely that's over engineering.
Look.
Like, really, you just want to get
Yeah.
into. Don't you just want a simple lock and key mechanism? Like, have it
I,
thrice
I hear
locked,
you.
but
I hear you. But when they were building this, they said it could either be blood or semen. And even though this has taken a while, semen would take a lot longer because I'm an old guy. You know what I'm saying? So shut the fuck up. Wait, and it will be worth it. Trust me, it will be worth it.
I always love it in Hollywood films. I think I saw this in one of the Blade films. Like they're activating the
Yeah.
ritual to bring
Yeah.
in the evil Satan, devil, fucking vampire.
We got to build up.
And the
Gotta build
sequence for it is all of this blood has to go through all of these channels and light up these jewels.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Who designed this thing? Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like the engineers when they were designing it was like, look,
Look, we got more in the budget. Let's just use
we're
it
getting
all.
paid
Let's
we're getting paid by the day on this thing. Like, yes, we could just have it summon the demon immediately.
Or hear me out. Let's go the eyeball blood route.
Like, if we just tell the client,
yeah.
oh, no, you can't summon a
Yeah.
demon. And
Yeah.
here's the thing.
No. What's
It's
this?
a bit like
a Ouija board.
It's a bit like
Right.
when a Bond villain sets up Bond to die, but the process
Yeah.
of him dying is going to take a good 20 minutes. And
Give
I'm
him plenty of
going to just
time.
leave and let it run.
Yeah.
It's like me setting up a script to run when I'm at Kung Fu on a Friday night. And half the time I get back and it's failed. I'm like, if you don't sit there and watch these things, it's complicated. It's like a first principle of engineering. The more components that can go wrong, it's Murphy's Law. Anything that can
Exactly.
go wrong will go wrong. So
Especially if you walk away. Yeah.
it's an
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
engineer, it's a design thing. You have to design simplicity. Less moving
Yeah.
parts is better. You don't design
And
these
that's
things
where I
there's
shine.
multiple points of failure.
Simplicity. That's
Yeah.
my milieu.
Your
anyway,
one part failed a long time ago, and
I thought we weren't gonna
everyone's
look.
been aware of
yeah.
that ever since. That's why D'Angelo
Well, because
was
you
brought in.
you keep telling them. You keep telling them. Oh my God. Where were we?
So Jesus ben Thabutheth, had the key to
Right.
the secret room.
Right.
Inside there were solid gold tables,
God damn.
solid gold bowls,
Sure, for the blood.
2 purple curtains
Love purple.
that had recently been the responsibility of the zealot leader Eleazar ben Ananias, another Ananias.
Who's now dead.
He was the captain of the temple who famously started the war by stopping the sacrifices for the Roman emperor.
How did that go?
Not well. You had one job. You're the captain of the
Right.
temple.
Right.
And Jesus ben Thabutheth also
Mm-hmm.
handed over 2 massive
Yes.
menorahs, big golden candlesticks. Again,
Big.
solid gold,
Big. Yes.
massive.
Yes.
Now,
Right.
no one knows
Bigly
more about
massive.
Judaism and the Old Testament than you, Ray. Explain to people what a menorah is and why it was important.
Well, it has the 7 candles on it each for the day of the week. No, I literally know nothing. I know jack shit about lighting. Do you even light it? Is it for the looks? What are we doing? What are we doing with the candlesticks? I don't know shit.
Well,
Tell me.
according to the Torah, there is one menorah, the menorah of the Torah. It's the Torah menorah.
If you're going to keep rapping,
Yeah.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
But Josephus, who was a priest himself and had been inside the temple, insists that there were 2. In Exodus 25, God gives Moses the instructions for building the tabernacle.
Right.
And in it, he has to build the menorah out of a single talent of pure gold. Now, I don't know if you know much about God, but God's very particular about a couple of things. Number one,
he likes things a certain way.
He's very specific. When he gives instructions for things, how you going to build an ark, he's not one of these guys who's like a vision. You know, you get some guys that have a big vision.
The big idea. No, he's the details.
When I was when I was hired at Microsoft and I met with my manager on my first day, he basically said, look, we hired you because you're smart. Here's what we need you to do. Go do it. If you have any questions or you have any problems, let me know. Just go get it done. Right? That's how you that's
the
how
who,
you
where, when, why
manage highly intelligent, good-looking, well-hung people is you just say go do it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he was one of those. God didn't tell Jesus Christ, you know, how to get the job done. Look, you just do whatever you want to do.
Killed.
I will have to have you murdered at the end. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's going to be very painful death.
Just piss them off to the point that they kill you. Mission accomplished. I don't care the details. Yeah.
But when it came to building stuff, he was hands-on.
Oh,
God, you're going to build an ark?
20 pages.
No. I'm going to tell you how to build it down to the screws, the kind of wood, the glue, step by step. It was like
key. Yeah, like bullet points.
It's like
just
an
boom,
IKEA,
boom, boom, boom.
An IKEA manual, but actually
not in Swedish or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what
it was in God language. No one could read it either. Can you translate that? No, just fucking work it out. Use Duolingo. Use Google Translate. In Exodus 25, he says you have to build it from a single talent of gold. Now, a talent would be about 75 to 100 pounds of gold.
A lot. Right.
And by the time it was taken from the Holy of Holies, it was probably much larger, reinforced with a base.
Yes.
But this had supposedly been with the Jews for 1,000 years.
Long time.
This was the one that Moses had
one
built.
True
but they had 2 of them because you had to have a backup.
Yeah. Always have a backup. Carl always had a second book of matches. You can ask him anytime. Yeah. Guarantee you. It's in a sock. Just to let you know, he keeps it in his sock. Go ahead.
Now, on the Arch of Titus, which shows him looting the temple, there is only a single menorah that they're carrying away.
He gets the message across. Yeah.
The designer of that was like, listen, they get the point. We don't need to put every fucking thing on there.
That's more carving. That's just more carving. Yeah. For fuck's sake.
Look, have you ever carved do it, but the arch is going to have to be twice the size. Do you really want to build a bigger arch?
It's going to cost twice as much. Yeah. What is this, McDonald's? Just make me an arch. Just come on. Anyway.
Now, if the menorah stood about 5 feet tall, as some estimates suggest, and it was made out of solid gold, it would have weighed hundreds of pounds.
Right.
And Josephus said it took like 8 men to carry it. It was a representation of the tree of life from the Garden of Eden.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's a tree.
I like that.
That's what it is.
It's a tree.
It's a tree.
Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it branches out.
And it had 3 major jobs. It was meant to burn from evening until morning, representing the idea that God's eye never sleeps.
That's true.
He's like Santa. He sees you when
Saruman.
you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
When you're awake.
He knows if you've been touching yourself. So don't do it for
quit doing that.
sake. Yeah.
Or he'll burn your hand. Go ahead.
The 7 lamps point towards the center shaft. In Jewish mysticism, these 7 lamps represent the 7 planets known to the ancients, the 7 eyes of the Lord that are watching the
Sure.
earth at all times.
It's a lot of pressure. Uh-huh. Yeah. If I could go back to Jesus ben Thebuthith for a second, since it took 8 men to carry each menorah, when he did take them to the secret vault, he said, I'm going to need you to bring at least 16 men. 18 would be better, but I'm going to need, trust me, you're going to want to bring 16 guys because they're going to be carrying some heavy shit out.
Yeah.
And I've got to imagine that Titus was quite pleased seeing this shit ton of gold coming his way.
Which is why he let Jesus ben Thebuthith go. Now, where is that menorah today, Ray?
I'm going to guess in London. No, I have no idea. No, where is it?
It's with the body of Alexander the Great. No one fucking knows.
For fuck's sake.
Apparently, according to legend, it stayed in Rome for centuries, then was looted by the Vandals, taken to Carthage, then to Constantinople.
Cunts. Yeah.
And then eventually disappeared.
Yeah. Jeez, we got to go look for that thing.
Indiana Jones and the search
I'll get the
for the Torah menorah.
For the menorah. I am there. I got the whip. Don't ask questions. Anyways, so the priest is given a full pardon. Yeah, no shit. But then there's also the treasurer of the temple, Phineas, I think his name. He was captured. He is able to, I think, buy his freedom with coats and golden girdles of the priests, along with expensive purple and scarlet coloring, and vast, and I cannot stress this enough, vast stocks of cinnamon, cassia, and other sweet spices used for making incense that was burned daily. So again, the Romans like, look, we got gold. You got some myrrh, you got some incense. What do you got? Okay, you got some incense. Boom, you're free. So again, if you can pay your way out, the Romans will work with you.
And what is cassia, right?
That is, I don't know. I think it's a made up word personally. Well, what do you have? I'll see if you're right.
It's fake cinnamon. So
they got real cinnamon, fake cinnamon.
Yeah. If you buy a jar of cinnamon powder at a supermarket, it's almost certainly cassia. It's the bark of the Cinnamomum cassia tree, as opposed to real cinnamon is the Cinnamomum verum.
Is it expensive? Why do they...
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called Chinese cinnamon, the cassia.
That's racist.
Yeah. As true cinnamon is from Ceylon, a.k.a. Sri Lanka.
Okay. Cool.
So there you go. Cassia is just another spice.
Spice. We like spice. We like it spicy. Go ahead.
So yes, he gives them a lot of fancy coats and golden girdles, things that the priests would wear or use for incense. So he gets off kinky as well. They're both free to go. It takes 18 days for the troops to build these new ramps to get into the oldest part of the old city. Then siege towers and battering ramps are built and rolled up to them. And when the rams start to work, the Jewish defenders basically just give up. They go and retreat into the palace of Herod.
Fuck this. Exactly.
And the rams break through on the very first day. They cause a breach on day 1. That's how quick the work is this time around. I guess these walls are pretty old. No one ever thought you'd get through the first 3 walls. You get to this wall, probably hadn't been repaired as much as it should have.
Yeah, and on the northern side, I'm going by a map, I'm going by memory here, but on the northern side of Herod's tower, or whatever the thing is called, there are 3 towers there. And one of them is they're able to break through, they're able to breach the wall there. The legionaries cheer, they run in, and like you just said, the spirit, the back is broken of the Jews. No one's fighting back. They didn't even try to fling anything at the Romans when they were pounding on the walls. I mean, they just given up at this point.
And probably run out of ammunition.
And probably ran out of ammunition. But the point is, they know at this point it's hopeless. I mean, they've lost 90 or whatever, 85% of the city. Now they're about to lose the last part that they're holding out. And as far as I know, maybe you have more, Simon and John, the rebel leaders, gasp, are nowhere to be seen. They are gone, gonesies. So yeah, everybody's
Stalin and
given up.
Trotsky
And
are
their
probably
leaders.
hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
In
Deep
the
deep in the
sewers.
bowels.
Yeah. Beneath the city.
Yeah. The point is they're not leading a defense at this
No.
point.
They've fucked right off. So the Romans storm in and, much to their surprise, meet with no opposition. They get to the
Right.
3 great towers of this old part of the upper city and find that they're completely empty. There's no one
Yeah.
shooting arrows, no one throwing stones. So they raise their standards at the top of them, letting everyone know
Yes.
that they've taken the towers. They rampage to the streets, killing every Jew that they come across, forcing their way into every house looking for booty. But again, all they find are dead bodies. And so they just set it all on fire. And as night fell, the Roman troops withdrew. The city is completely on fire, what's left of it, burning tens of thousands of dead bodies. It is September 25th in the year 70 CE, and the siege of Jerusalem has finally come to an end. The temple that has stood for over 500 years has been destroyed. The city has been razed to the ground. 250 years later, Eusebius, the...
Oh, God.
Holy crap.
Are you okay? Have you been attacked? It's karate time.
Holy shit.
What was that? Did it?
My
Okay.
camera,
Right.
which is on
Just
a stand, the whole stand just fell off and hit.
as long as you're okay. Thought someone broke into your
Not
house.
sure what's going on.
That's for the bloopers.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
250 years later, Eusebius, the Christian bishop of Caesarea in Palestine, writing his church history, first published around 313 CE, says that the Jews had brought the fall of Jerusalem on themselves.
Damn.
He wrote,
That's not good.
seditions and wars and mischievous plots followed each other in quick succession and never ceased in all of Judea until finally the siege of Vespasian overwhelmed them. Thus, the divine vengeance overtook the Jews for the crimes which they dared to commit against Christ.
Mm-mm.
And the
They get the
Christians
blame.
continue to blame Jews for the death of Jesus until the 21st century, when Pope Benedict XVI finally said, wow, it was really the Romans that did it. It wasn't the Jews, really.
Right.
They may
So let's
have
take it
supported it, but it was really the Romans that killed Jesus. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
ever read a fucking book, but that's what happened.
Could I just say on a less lofty note, that's what the church said. That's what the Pope said. But I think it was Carl who said it best when he said September 25th, 70, best day ever.